Hi, my name is Brendan Hunt, and welcome to Gaston Spotlight. I'm here today with the well-known motivational speaker and founder of the Step Up to Leadership program, Arkevious Armstrong. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
No problem, no problem. So what can you tell me about the Step Up to Leadership program?
Step Up to Leadership is a mentoring program for young men and young adolescents. A lot of times we're a lot of kids that drop out of high school and the ones who are on the verge of trying to get back into high school. So we deal with a lot of alternative schools as well, from the ages from 10 to 17 years old.
So 10 to 17 years old. So
Yes,
age limit doesn't it doesn't vary.
Well, we also deal with young adults, and with those young adults, we help them seek jobs and stuff like that, some way to reform them to getting back into society.
So if there was like a troubled teen here in Gaston College, like you would motivationally speak to that individual.
I feel appelled to it. Like, I'm that type of person where I feel like if I see fit that anything that I could say to help that individual to get back on the right track, I don't hesitate. I'm quickly to approach that situation, and hopefully that anything that I can say to him or any information that I can get to him, it'd be helpful.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Now, you're only in your 30s and you've seen the foster care and been incarcerated. Can you tell us more about that?
I definitely have saw my share, and I experienced a lot as a kid myself. And that's what pretty much Step Up to Leadership is geared towards, to help those individuals that actually been down the same path that I went through. So yes, I've been through foster care, and I'm also through the detention centers and to the trainer schools, and also from state to federal prison. I was an individual, that teen who I wanted to experience what I saw in my neighborhood, and with that, it comes consequences, and those are the consequences I had to suffer.
Okay, I mean, I know that was probably a rough turnaround.
It was a rough experience, but I got to say, with the life that I'm living today and what I'm doing today, I think it was well worth it. I think everything that you experience in life is for a reason, and that's what's making me so effective today and making me so sought out of. And the things that I speak with individuals is on point, and it hit dead home. So I think with my experience that I went through as a young kid or as a teen, it's well worth it.
Wow. Well, I have to say that's a very quick turnaround, and a very positive turnaround for a male of your stature. I mean, it doesn't come any close to that. But what can kids learn from your past, though?
Well, I let them know always that you're going to make mistakes. I don't know no human being in life that never made a mistake in life, but don't find yourself in that position constantly making the same mistake after the same mistake. So what can they learn from our program and the information that we give them? That to find something within yourself and not settle. Do not be the product of your environment. Do not follow people that's going down the wrong path. So our advice is always to show kids that in life, you're not going to always get the best hand, but you got to make the best hand with what you dealt with.
All right, because I know I've been taught that several times here in my lifetime. So, what are some ways that you work in titles in the Habit for Humanities?
Well, Habitat with Humanity, as everybody knows, is a system that help people get housing. They build housing from the ground up, and they have volunteers. It's a community service thing, to where we get individuals and young adults who can come in and can help build houses for other people. So it's like you helping other people, being, a servant. So, it just teach people leadership roles. It teach people guidance, discipline, and it also shows them when you do something good for others, things come back in return.
Yeah, I can relate to that. That's like actually karma, basically. But what are some ways that you book people can book for motivational speaking?
A lot of times people email me through social media. Social media is one of my greatest platforms. I use social media every single day. It uses things like with the young adults, middle age, older adults, all races, all genders across the world, reaching between 17 to 18 different states where people respond back to me from the UK, from Hawaii, that is something that everybody uses. Everybody and their mother is on social media, and I just feel like that's a platform for me to reach people that I'm not able to get in contact with, but be able to reach through that platform. So a lot of people book me through that because I do a lot of videos, motivational videos. A lot of people who, from word of mouth, hear about me and book me through that. So it's so many different ways that people book me and they hear about.
Oh, so like, just say, for instance, if I was on Facebook or Snapchat or YouTube or anything, I can just search your name and find you?
Search my name, it pops up. You're going to see maybe a few mugshots. You know what I mean? Of course, that Google shows you all your business. But I'm not ashamed of it. You know what I mean? My past is my platform that's going to reach so many people. But absolutely, Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, every last social media site, I'm on it. And I use it every single day to reach people.
Oh, that's good. So you're on LinkedIn and Snapchat as well?
LinkedIn is one of my best. LinkedIn is definitely a platform for business, but I learned to use it for my benefit because you reach people in so many different states. And I've been receiving a lot of support from people from so many different states from LinkedIn. Snapchat, just got on that, a young individual, and I get information from young kids. That's one of my audience. That's one of my targets. So I stay tuned to what they're doing and what they're saying and everything that they follow, because if I can get linked into what they're doing, I can reach them. So, you know what I mean? Snapchat, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and so on.
So I wouldn't have a problem if I DM'd you or...
No, I get, the crazy thing is I get messaged and DM all the time. And a lot of times in my DMs and Instagram DMs and Facebook inboxes, a lot of people say, keep doing the great work. Can you talk for a second? I'm having this problem. So people really reach out to me just for some type of counsel. You know what I mean? And that's a great thing, because then that shows you what you're doing the right thing, and you headed in the right direction.
Okay, so, that's what's up. I like that. But what can you tell someone that in need to persuade them to get help or get out of a current situation that they're in?
Well, anything that I always refer to, if you need help, first you got to admit to yourself that you have a problem. You know what I mean? Because I can't give you any type of direction to go if you in denial about whatever situation that you're in. So once I find out what situation you're in or what problem that you have and you ain't acknowledging that, then I can help you. So, but you know what I mean? Then at the end of the day, it's up to you. I can give you all the resources in the world. I can point you in the right direction, sit you down in front of the right person, but you still have to make that initial decision.
You gotta put that. You have
to step up.
You gotta step out of your comfort zone. I understand how that is. Well, do you think that changing things in the community is leveling up?
I think the community has to step up. A lot of times we look for other resources, but I think in order to see a change, it starts with us. In order to see the difference in society, it starts with us. So that's what Step Up to Leadership is all about. Step up. Instead of watching, step up. Instead of complaining, step up. Instead of talking about it, step up.
True.
You know what I mean? So in order to see a difference in your community, you have to step up and be the leader, to be the person that can be the voice of your community. Before you look for any resources, be the resource.
So we don't need to go to no other judicial reform.
We have a program here in Charlotte called the Cops and Barbers Association, where we deal with community and law enforcement, trying to bridge the gap. And you know, many times I spoke at these events and I make it very clear. It's our job, not the law enforcement job. Their job is to police our communities, but it's our job to keep our community safe.
Okay, so elaborate more on what you said about you go to prisons and jails to speak to young individuals.
Absolutely. I feel like at a time when I do go to prisons and county jails and detention centers, I think at that point where they're set and still and they have nothing around them, no distraction, is the best time to reach people. You know what I mean? See, if you reaching out here when they're out in society, they got so many distractions. They got their friends, they got the drugs, they got their girlfriends, they got so many responsibilities, maybe kids. You know what I mean? So, but when you got them where they are nowhere they can go, nowhere they can do anything, is the best opportunity to reach them. So we do go to county jails. Last year we was visiting 18 prisons, and I feel like that was one of the greatest experiences to my life. And the reason why that being is that to be able to walk in and walk back out, you know what I mean? Because the last time I walked in, I didn't come right back out. So to be able to show them that you can do great things, you can change your life around. You know what I mean? You can be an impact to somebody's life who's also sitting inside of a county jail or a prison, because that once was me. So I allowed myself to be a model, an example to them, because I once was sitting in your seat. So I want you to see me where you can be.
Oh, okay. I really do admire that. I really do. But as a motivational speaker, do you like find like motivational quotes like to actually hit home, or what?
I think with my life, I think everything I experienced is just valid. You know what I mean? I often just sit and just think of things. And I know these things that I think of, it can reach somebody. I don't know no one, I don't care how successful you are, I don't care how much money you have, who don't have problems. And I don't care how many times that you can go through the same thing over and over again. It's never too boring to hear something that can encourage you. So I try not to find things, because if I find things, then I'm mimicking somebody else, then I'm being somebody else, but I'm just me. And I feel like the way that I'm approaching people is been effective. So I try not to try no other avenue. I try to stay on the exact lane that I'm on, and it's working.
Oh, really? Oh, cause I know I posted I posted something on my Instagram. It's like always to be immortalized and be remembered. I mean, I got that from Big Sean. I mean, because I really took that to heart. And as a motivational speaker, I believe you can relate to that.
I can, and you know what I mean. And like you say, whatever I quote, just like you quoted something from an artist, you know what I mean. It felt something within you. And anything that I quote, you know what I mean, it's gonna feel something with somebody else. Somebody gonna relate to it. Somebody gonna feel like, you know what, I needed that today. You know what I mean? So, and that's the point of it. You know what I mean? That whatever I pen out, that it pokes something in you. You know what I mean? That it pierces you.
Just hits home.
I want it to hit home. I don't want it to land on deaf ears. And I think right now it never has. And being successful and being sought after of, and people relating to it, and inspiring so many people, you know what I mean, around the world, you know what I mean. And that's the most beautiful thing that I think right now, with me being able to be 34 years old and coming from where I came from and experience what I experienced and never saw nothing positive coming up, and to be in the seat that I'm in and reaching people, you know what I mean, is very mind-blowing and moving.
Yeah, like it really moves me too. I mean, as a person who seeks motivation on a day-to-day basis, because I know I myself, I have trials and tribulations. I seek motivation on a day-to-day basis.
Then you should follow me on my social sites.
All right, yeah, I will do that. I will do that. But let's talk about the after-school program. How do you keep kids engaged and interacting?
Well, you know, it's been proven mostly young kids commit crimes after 3 o'clock, and that's after school. And because they don't have nothing to do but get in trouble. And so right now I'm partnering with the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Library System to be able to develop a system that's within the library, because the library is where a lot of kids go, but they don't use the resources. So why not put my resources in the library so they can use? I think where we have to engage with these young kids and keep their mind intact is stop boring them. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? So many programs is just lecture, lecture, lecture. We got to find out what ticks a kid, what gets them excited, what they love, what they passionate about. And once you find out where a kid passion is, then you tap into that. You point him in that direction. So if a kid loves to do music, find him right there where an engineer is. If a kid want to be a broadcaster, find him how to orchestrate and get in front of cameras. Give them where their passion is. You know what I mean? Don't sit down and just lecture a kid his wrongs and where he's failing at. You know what I mean? Show him where he need to go, and this is the steps you need to take.
Oh, okay. I really do like that. So, what's the most important message you people want to take away when they work with Step Up the program?
Take my advice, see me, listen to where I come from. I want them to take away that no matter what in life, and life is gonna throw some balls, it's gonna throw some curves, it's gonna throw some walls, but you don't focus on the obstacle, you focus on your destination. You focus on your destination because the obstacles are gonna come. It's just like a relay race. You got all these hurdles and you know those are obstacles and you have to leap them, but your destination is the finish line. So you're gonna do whatever it takes, you're gonna give whatever you got in you to get to that finish line.
True, true. Where can people go to find out more about Step Up?
Oh man, again, all social sites. Step Up to Leadership, Facebook, Step Up _ Leadership, Instagram, or they can visit our stepuptoleadership.weebly.com and they can find out all about the program.
This is Gaston Spotlight. My name is Brandon, and this is Arkevious Armstrong. Thank you for watching GCTV, and have a good day.